Hi friends, welcome to my channel. For today we are doing a tutorial on the solid granny square. So a few of you guys have asked me for just a simple tutorial, so here it is. Very simple, very short and to the point. This is a solid granny square using 2 strands of number 4 weight yarn. This is Red Heart in the colorway Turquoise, and this is in the colorway Lavender. And so I ran the granny square with 2 strands, and I used a 7mm crochet hook, US letter K. So if this is of interest to you, let's get started. Okay friends, let's get started here. So what we want to do is we want to create our slip knot, just like that. Okay, and then from here what we want to do is chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then what we want to do is slip stitch into the very first chain, like that. And then just give it a tug, make everything nice and tight, and so it should look like this. From here, what we want to do is chain 3, and this will be considered a double crochet. Okay, so from here, we need to add 2 more double crochets. 1 and 2. Okay, and so there's our cluster of 3 double crochets. And then now what we want to do is chain 2, and this is our first corner. And now we need to go back in here with 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so that's our first corner. Let's add 2 more chains and 3 more double crochets right into our circle here. 1, 2, and 3, just like that. Our second corner has been created. And now what we want to do is chain 2. And now that we've included our tails here in these double crochets, we can just leave them off to the side. We no longer need to carry them. As a matter of fact, what we can do is snip them. I have my magical Christmas scissors here. And let's just go ahead and give them a snip, just like that. And now we no longer have anything to worry about. Okay, so now we have 3 groupings of double crochets. And we have a chain 2 here, which will create our 3rd corner. And what we want to do is 3 more double crochets in our center, just like that. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. And then now you have a choice. You can do a half double crochet to join this last corner, or you can chain 2 and then slip stitch into the very top of your chain 3 here. And I do both, but for the purposes of this tutorial, I kind of want to keep it as simple as possible. So just chain 2 and connect at the top chain right here. Just grab that and do your slip stitch. Okay. Now from here, we want to chain 3, just like that. And again, that is considered a double crochet. Okay. And then now what we want to do is we want to double crochet in the next stitch, just like that. Double crochet in this next stitch here. And then now in the corner here, we want to put in 2 double crochets. 1 and 2. Okay. And then now we want to chain 2. Okay. And now what we want to do is add 2 double crochets into your corner here. 1 and 2. And as you're crocheting with these 2 strands, just keep in mind that, you know, it's very easy to like lose one, or, you know, one will bubble up. So just pay close attention to how you're holding your yarn and how it's going, you know, across your project here. Okay, so now what we want to do is we need to put a double crochet in this stitch right here. Okay, it's actually the first one of the 3. A lot of times it gets missed because your corners cover it. So just pull back until that is exposed, and then you want to make sure that you include that. Okay, so you want to add a double crochet into each one of these 3 stitches. And so far for this side, you should have 5. Okay, and then now we want to add 2 to our corner here. So 2 double crochets in the corner, like so, like that. Okay, and then now what we want to do is chain 2 and repeat that process. So I'll do it with you guys again. Chain 2, pull it back a little bit until that stitch is exposed, and we want to do here, here, and here. Okay, so 1 double crochet there, 1 double crochet there, and 1 double crochet right there. Okay, and then we're at the corner now. So now what we want to do is 2 double crochets. Okay, and then chain 2. And now we're at our last side here. Okay, so we want to do 2 double crochets in the corner, and then stitch, 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 and then 2 double crochets. So go ahead and do that, and I will meet you right here. Okay. Okay, friends, so I am at the last corner here. And so I just want to point out that if your solid granny square starts out with an odd number in the beginning, every row should have an odd number. Okay, there are some solid granny squares out there that begin with 4 stitches on each side. I prefer to do your classic 3. So if you think about it, the 3 stitches here carries to the next row, so that's 3. And then you have 2 stitches in your corners, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if you ever get lost, just think of it like that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and each side should have 7. And just make sure to include your chain 3 as an actual stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 here in the corner. Okay, and then as we increase and go into the next rows, this here will be a straight line all the way up your project. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and chain 2, and then put 2 double crochets right here in the corner, and then we're going to slip stitch at the top of these 3 chains. There's 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to slip stitch right into that top chain, like so, like that, just like that. And then we want to chain 3. And now we are at the beginning of our project again. Let me just tilt the camera this way to give you guys a better view. Okay. So that's kind of what that looks like. I'm going to do a few more rows and I will meet you shortly. Okay, friends, so I obviously went and did a couple more rows here to kind of show you the overall view of what a solid granny square looks like using 2 strands of number 4 weight yarn. Yeah, so it fell very nicely and neatly into place. Some key points that I want to share with you guys. If you notice, my increase location is literally right here. Started here and it just continues in that direction there. So that's that. And then the other thing that I wanted to show you guys is when you go from one row to the next, it's very easy to forget as you're going along that the stitch that you are increasing from, you do not work back into. So you don't go back in there, you go to the next stitch here. And that's pretty much how that works there. There were times when I was first doing this that I would forget, and I'd go into this stitch right here, and one side would be larger than the other side. The other thing I want to show you happens to be in the corner. So I'm going to pause you really quick and get to the corner really quick, and I want to show you something. Okay, so I'm back at the corner, and I'm going to plant 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets per usual. It's 1, oops, and then chain 2, and then I'm going to do 2 more double crochets in the corner here. I mentioned it before that this particular stitch here gets easily hidden, but as the rows grow, sometimes it gets hard to find, and even the stitch is really tight. In either case, you want to make sure that you get that stitch, because missing that stitch will cause your side to shrink. So let me just recap with you. As you're growing and you're going into the next row here, the next round, make sure to not go into the stitch you grew from. Go into the next one, because that counts as a double crochet. And as you work down your round, when you get to the corner, as you're working around, you have 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets, but your stitch from the row previous has a hidden head left underneath the stitch from the corner. So you just make sure to pull back to get that stitch. If you follow that principle, you can literally go as large as you want, or you can stop and do solid granny squares and join them. The possibilities are endless, and the fun part about doing 2 strands of number 4 weight yarn is that you can create a marled effect by just cutting and changing colors on either side of the 2 colors you choose to use. I mean, the possibilities are endless. So the choice is literally up to you how you want to do this. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and finish this round and give some final thoughts. Just 1 second. Okay, friends, so I completed the round, and this is kind of what it looks like. Again, as I said, the possibilities are endless. This is such a versatile idea / design. You can literally use any stitch you want, single, double, treble, doesn't matter, as long as you follow the principle of having 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets in the corners, and that when you grow your stitch, you just make sure to not stitch into the stitch you came out of. Just go to the next one here, just like that. Okay, and it just follows it all the way down. It's an awesome design. Yeah, so if you like this content, feel free to hit like, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell to stay up to date and in tune with all things Juan and Juan the Yarn Addict related. It's been a pleasure showing you guys this today. And so until the next one, have an awesome day.